how insurance companies find out about your personal injuries that you had before you got into an accident. So more than once I've been asked by a client, hey, look, I've been injured in an accident. I did have an injury to this part of the body beforehand. Is the insurance company on the other side going to find out? And the answer depends a little bit on the circumstances and jurisdiction, but generally the answer is yes, they will find out. And there's a couple of ways they'll find out. First of all, if the case is in litigation, the other side is allowed to do discovery, so they'll probably send over to you some written questions, written discovery, such as, have you ever injured this body part before? Who are your medical providers for the last 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, and you're supposed to answer that truthfully. Also, you'll have a deposition taken. You'll be asked about that too. And so if you are being truthful, the other side's going to get the information they need, and the judge is going to allow them to get your medical records for the similar body part injuries that were injured before the accident that you're making a claim about. So what this means is, let's say you're making a claim that your spine is injured, you've got a neck injury, you've got a lumbar injury. So if there's any prior injuries you had, within a reasonable amount of time that affected that body part, then the court's probably going to allow the other side to go and get those records. So you'll sign a HIPAA release, they'll subpoena the records, they'll get the records. Of course, they're going to have to disclose them to you as well. So that is a very effective way for them to get your medical records. One of the other ways that insurance companies can do this is they'll get something called a medical canvas, where they actually go out and they do checks at hospitals, clinics, things like that, just to see if you've treated there before. They're not going to be able to get your actual medical records, but they're going to know if you've showed up there or not. There's different arguments against this in different jurisdictions, but at the end of the day, they probably are going to find out if you've had similar injuries to the same body parts that you're claiming are injured at the time of the accident. So it's important to be truthful to your lawyer when you're discussing these things, because lawyers can come up with a strategy. I can argue, look, there was a prior injury here, but the injury was exacerbated, it was made worse, and in a court of law, you're allowed to collect for the degree that the injury was made worse by an accident. If, on the other hand, your lawyer thinks it was never injured before, you say it was never injured before, and then the medical records show up that show it was injured before, then suddenly you lied under oath, and the trial becomes more about you being a liar than about your actual injuries. So lawyers don't like surprises, so just be candid with your lawyer, and it should work out.